They went to India and they scored 2 centuries. Congratulations. By the way, John Campbell is a Jamaican, you know. Congrats, Campbell, your first century against India. As we speak, the office of Indicom, they are on the scene in East Kingston, where a man is allegedly unalived in a confrontation with the police. So this is breaking right now. The police is in East Kingston, one fatal shooting. In the meantime, Tropical Storm Lorenzo forms in the Atlantic Ocean, but it's not a threat to the island at this time. You have been experiencing a lot of rain over the weekend, have you not? Storm flooding, and some people are reporting that their roads are in bad condition. Not to mention what that is going to do to agriculture. The prices of produce is going to be rising this weekend. Rising this weekend. The cost of yam is now $300. Sweet potato is $250. Eva scallion gone up. Not to mention time. Go ahead. Now, you know, this is something that the government is going to have to look at in terms of the whole matter of inflation and also how it impacts economic growth. Agriculture is inextricably linked to the economy, you know. In the meantime, in Portmore, the police is probing a shooting in Portmore. A woman was killed in Portmore, where she was taken to the Spanish Town Hospital, where she was pronounced dead. That's at her home in Old Brayton, Portmore. This is happening in Portmore. The St. Catherine police have launched an investigation into the shooting of a 48-year-old woman at her home in Britain. Something is happening in Jamaica. The police have activated an Ananda alert for 13-year-old Talia James of England Town, Lucy. She has been missing since Friday, October 10th. My God, what is happening here? Talia, a student of Harrison Memorial High School in St. James, is of dark complexion and medium build. Reports from the Mount Salem police are that Talia was last seen at school at about 1:50 p.m. wearing a green tunic with yellow stripes, white blouse, and a pair of black shoes. She has not been heard from since. Anyone with information on her whereabouts has been asked to contact the Mount Salem police at 876-309-6648 or dial 119. That's the police emergency number or the nearest police station. Talia missing since Friday. As we drive up to 10 o'clock on this year Monday, the police have issued a high alert for 14-year-old.
Despite objections by the party's leadership, this is the latest in the ongoing standoff between the MP and the sitting councillor Julian Chang, who's the current chairman.
So there's problem in the People's National Party over there in Westmoreland, where the member of parliament defied the general secretary and went ahead with a selection of a chairman. What can go so? Let's see if we can back this up a little. And
begin this evening with news in politics. Things are not well in the Savlamar division in Westmoreland, currently held by the People's National Party. A defiant member of parliament for Westmoreland Central, Dwayne Vaz, moved to select a new chairman for the division, despite objections by the party's leadership. This is the...
No, hold on now. So, is Mr. Vaz an independent candidate? I don't understand. How could Mr. Vaz, a member of the People's National Party, run and won in Central Westmoreland, act in this manner? I don't understand. Let's see if we can
latest in the ongoing standoff between the MP and the sitting councillor Julian Chang, who's the...
So there is a standoff. Yeah, there's a history to this story, you know. There's a backstory here. Julian Chang. Yeah. And it appears as if Mr. Vaz wants to replace her. But the party is not agreeing with it. And Mr. Chang, Mr. Vaz, Dwayne, said, no, I'm going to go ahead with my selection. Let's hear it.
Current chairman, but as Kimberly Petty explains, the party says it will not acknowledge any new appointment at this time.
I am standing outside the division here in Savannah, Lamar, where a new chairman for the division was just selected. However, we would have spoken to Dr. Daly Campbell, who said he gave clear directives to the MP, Dwayne Vaz, to postpone the meeting.
He gave clear directives. That is Dr. Campbell. Dr. Campbell said that he gave clear directives to Dwayne to postpone the meeting. Yet, Dwayne went ahead with the meeting. Then the PNP is in shambles. This is the party that sought government, and the general secretary gave an instruction to a member of parliament not to replace a sitting councillor, and the member of parliament defied the general secretary of the party. You know, I've always wondered about the leadership of the PNP, you know, and whether or not they. Anyway, let's hear the rest of the story without let's hear this.
All in all, the meeting went along. Now, we also spoke to one resident who told us that she is disappointed with the happenings here in the division.
I really feel so breakdown to see that she is being deleted from this party.
She's been deleted from the party? What do you mean deleted? What does she mean? What does she mean when she said that Ms. Chang is being deleted from the party. Is that how the PNP treats its people? What's going on in the People's National Party? It is very, very concerning.
person who really cares, the person who walk and stand hand to hand, feet to feet with us in Westmoreland, from Newmarket over Rickett Street, Darling Street, uptown, downtown. She really stands for us as adults.
And while we were at the meeting venue, we were confronted by a few supporters who tried to prevent our reporter from covering the story.
Reporting here from the constituency of.
So this is a party within a party, because if, as the story is saying, that the general secretary gave instructions that the meeting is not to be held, but the member of parliament said no, it's going to be held. That member of parliament is actually on his own. Well, that's interesting to look at what is going to come out of that. I see where the Minister of Health, Dr. Tufton, is suggesting that he's ready to move on, despite pundits' call for more action on Market Me. Good morning, Jen. So there are whispers in the country that the situation concerning Dr. Tufton is not yet over. And this is because, you see, the Integrity Commission, after 3 years investigating whether Dr. Tufton was involved in the awarding of a contract to Market Me, was directly involved or not. And at the end of the day, the Integrity Commission puts out a report suggesting that the minister was not directly involved, but was indirectly involved. In the meantime, the Gleaner is reporting that the Integrity Commission themselves can't even pursue their work because there are vacancies at the commission that cannot be filled. He is involved, Jamaican Lifestyle is suggesting. I hear whispers that the PNP may be getting involved in this matter. We wait to see what is going to happen. The minister was in Montego Bay suggesting that the Cornwall Regional Hospital is to be opened before schedule. Now, one recalls that the Cornwall Regional Hospital was allowed to get into a very decrepit state under the People's National Party. And the government, in trying to execute repairs to that hospital, found that it was in such a bad state that over 5 years have passed, and it's almost as if the government is having to build a brand new hospital. The minister is saying that the hospital is to be opened before 2026, somewhere about June or July there. Also, that they're looking at changing the name of the Bellevue Hospital. Yeah, that Bellevue. So with the onset of mental health conditions in Jamaica, there are discussions as to how we are going to respond to that. And many people don't want to go to Bellevue because Bellevue is seen as a mad people asylum. So they are trying to rebrand that hospital, the minister is saying. But stay tuned for that, because this market me story is not going to go away anytime soon. And that is because the Integrity Commission have not they have left questions in the summary of the report that they have put out. And it is open to speculation. That's the market me story that the minister is suggesting that he's ready to move on. Let's take a break and come right back. We stay with you until 10 o'clock. Much more to cover in the news. Let's do that and flip over here and do that. Mr. Mark Wignall writes, a reasonable person would conclude PM Holness means PM Holness in person. I don't know what that means. Well, what Mark Wignall is saying that Holness should meet with Golding. At that first meeting, said Wignall, it would not matter if little of the overall objective of reform was achieved. What would be important is both leaders signaling where the country was heading in its new chapter. Meetings of the sub-teams like minister to opposition representatives, technocrats, experts, etc. would operate behind the scene, dealing with the heavy lifting and codifying the new reform. Listen to Mr. Wignall. A reasonable person would also conclude that the PM made a mess of constitutional reform in his last term of office. Is that true? Was a mess made of constitutional reform? The designated point person, Mrs. Marlene Malahoo Fort, was a resounding failure, said Wignall. Nothing was achieved. Wow. Now, Mark Wignall is no, if you read Wignall, you realize that Wignall tend to be very supportive of the party. Why is he scathingly criticizing Marlene this way? She came across as stubborn, inflexible, pedantic, and bordering on inept. Inept? You calling Marlene inept? A judge? A minister? Said Wignall. Then last week the PM announced he wants Golding to meet with Delroy Chuck, Minister of Justice, and now also constitutional reform. That's really odd, said Wignall. Why make a point of telling the leader of opposition that the two of you should work together at your first move, and then you tell him to meet with Chuck? Why? Asked Wignall. Constitutional reform is a high priority. Why delegate it immediately? Here, Wignall, could it be that you have internal polls conducted and they have indicated that the general public is not even half interested in constitutional reform? Are you, PM, not interested because you are driven by those poll results? Do you want to meet with Mr. Golding? Mark Wignall is asking, do you want to meet with Mr. Golding? Mark Wignall continued, do you have ill will towards Mr. Golding because he pointed out your personal financial affairs and your failure to comply with your constitutional duty to file integrity commission reports? Is that true? Did the Prime Minister fail? What? Hold on. Did the Prime Minister fail to comply with the constitutional duty? That's not my understanding, Mr. Wignall. Did the Prime Minister fail? Did he not submit the reports? And wow, this is interesting, eh? Well, Wignall is suggesting that Golding, Holness don't want to meet with Golding because Golding has pointed out his personal financial affairs. I want to ask a question, you see? Let's leave that question until later. In the meantime, Gordon Robinson, he's of a different opinion. Hear him. Less than a month into the government's new term, the JLP and PNP have already conspired to create another needless roadblock on constitutional reform. The Prime Minister said Gordon Robinson began well with an open invitation to partnership at his swearing-in ceremony. He said, Mark, let us partner together to complete the work we started in making Jamaica a republic. 27 to 10, we drive this up to 10 o'clock. Good morning to you. If you're joining us, tap and share. We are here until 10 o'clock covering the news for you, looking at opinion pieces and giving you our opinion. 9 to 10 o'clock. Hello neighbor, daytime is on. Good morning, where you tuning in from? Tap and share, beware. We're here until 10 o'clock. The lady's behind the glass. She says I'm to get on with it. No one does it like us. We are here. Politics Plus is where you're at. Politics Plus with your neighbor from 9 till 10 o'clock. Together we do it with the lady behind the glass. Oh, what a show. You want me to play a little music there? Can I play a song? Can I play a song? Tap and share. Beware. Tap and share. Mandeville, how you doing? Good morning. Oh, it's raining and the roads are bad. Look at the traffic in Kingston. Mid-morning radio sounding good. Coming through. Yep. Let's take that down. Or let's go. We're going back to that in just a minute. For you over here, in a little bit of that, little bit of this. Just 1 minute, PA, okay? I'm sorry, please. Oh, Sam Cook. Don't leave me. You're here. I'll come right back. Leaving me behind on this Monday morning, eh? 10 o'clock, here we come. I'll give you back the time. Bring your sweet loving all through this Monday, through the week. Oh, you're gonna creak, huh? Sounds good, sounds good. Let's do this. Yeah. Back with you on a Monday, 23 minutes to 10 o'clock. Where are you this morning? Going to work? Are you in the taxi? Where are you? Tap and share as you join this program. Hello, neighbor. Daytime for 1 hour. Hello? Is this okay, man? 10 o'clock, 10 o'clock. Come on here. Catch you at 10. Catch you at 10 o'clock. What a fantastic Monday. Please support the live goal as you join, eh? Oh, Jamaica, you're with us, eh? Meantime, the government is to resume discussions on the select committees in Parliament tomorrow. All eyes will be tuned in on Parliament tomorrow. By the way, I see Miss Burchell, Nikisha Burchell, lecturing us on select committees and the standing orders. I did not know Miss Burchell was an expert on the standing orders. Well, Miss Burchell, what a hell. Careful, you know. Miss Burchell, careful. Gentleman called yesterday and said the PNP had no message. Does the PNP have a message? A message? And he actually said that the PNP had no messenger. Well, I see Miss Burchell appearing to be the messenger, the face of the PNP. Both herself and Julika Jess. Oh my goodness. In the meantime, the PNP's ship seems to be falling apart over there in Westmoreland, with the Member of Parliament for Central Westmoreland defying Dr. Campbell and going ahead with her meeting. PNP. So Gordon Robinson is writing in the Jamaica Gleaner. Mark Wignall wrote in the same paper saying that the Prime Minister is carrying ill feelings towards Golding, because Golding pointed out matters having to do with his statutory declarations. I want you to understand, you know, that the declarations matter goes to court this week. The Prime Minister will be in court this week. The Prime Minister actually has filed a matter in the court on matters having to do with his statutory declarations. That matter comes up in court this week. Big story. As a matter of fact, a massive story. Gordon Robinson said, but it's beginning to look like the recurrent opposition leader took those words to mean the two leaders would get together in secret and write a new constitution together. And you know, that's a very good point, because what would come out of the Prime Minister meeting with Mark Golding? Why should the Prime Minister meet with Mark Golding alone? What is to be achieved from that? As Gordon Robinson's pointing out, it's not like the Prime Minister and Mr. Golding can secretly write a constitution. I mean, what is to be gained from that? Sai, me dear. Gordon Robinson said, I opine this because when PM followed up swiftly with a letter to the leader of opposition suggesting a meeting with the minister currently in charge of constitutional affairs, Mark seemingly took offense and refused the meeting. Unfortunately, I can't quote the PM's letter verbatim because in accordance with protocol, the letter wasn't released to the public. But Mark, hasty fit in response, was released to the media. According to the Gleaner that published Mark's response in detail, Mark argued that the PM proposal he met with Chuck will not initiate the required partnership of which we speak. Remember now, Mark Wignall is saying that the Prime Minister have up Mr. Golding, that he now really want to talk to Golding. Gordon Robinson's writing the same paper. Listen to Gordon Robinson. Well, we didn't speak of any partnership. Andrew Holness did. Clearly, Mark must have listened, but not learned. The Gleaner reported that Mark reminded the PM the government does not now have a 2/3 majority in either House of Parliament. He know.
Boy, I tell you something. This is all very exciting. Oh gosh, I can't believe me high. Boy, I tell you something. This is all very exciting.
Mr. Golding is reminding Mr. Holness that he doesn't have a 2/3 in Parliament. Bad boy Golding.
I can't believe me high.
Bad Tapanaris Golding.
This is all very exciting.
Come again. In other words, you better talk to me, you hear? You better talk to me or else.
Believe me, huh?
Golding? Oh, wow.
This is all very exciting.
Well, if you see the Prime Minister's response, we get into it. 9:45. Are we going to get to that? 9:45.
Oh gosh, I can't believe me high. Boy, I tell you something.
Thank you. Good girl gone bad, huh? Well, good girl, you made my day yesterday with that commitment. Thank you so much. The gratuitous lecture continued. This is Golding, lecturing the Prime Minister. Out of order. You know, that letter from the opposition leader to the Prime Minister was pretty out of order. I mean, the opposition leader don't have no respect for the Prime Minister, you know. Come on, Mr. Golding. So Mark writes that partnership is between Jamaica's two major political parties. Think about it. Mr. Golding is writing that partnership is between the two parties, but yet he wants to meet with the Prime Minister privately. What can go so? If the partnership is between the two parties, then the parties must meet. If you want to sit down with Mr. Golding and have a drink with Mr. Holness, then that's a different thing. But if it's about the people of Jamaica and about the Jamaican people constitution, then the parties must meet on that. It's obvious to me that Mark defines partnership as do everything my way. He characterizes partnership as something that has an imperative. Imperatives tend to exclude cooperation and consensus. You see, the Constitution is not about Mr. Golding, you know. And I wish the people of Jamaica understand that. That Mark Golding, he has many options. The Prime Minister in the debate asked Mr. Golding if he has assets in Jamaica. The Prime Minister even asked him whether he was a Jamaican. Forcing the opposition leader to dip in his pocket to pull out something purporting to be his birth certificate. And to date, as I speak to you this morning on the 13th of October, Jamaicans are still asking that question. Is the opposition leader a Jamaican? Was he born here? Because that has not been proven. Amazing. Amazing. Let me ask you a question, listeners there. Why would the Prime Minister ask that? What does the Prime Minister know that the rest of us don't know? Because as Prime Minister, he should be aware of where Mr. Golding is born. That's easy. Gordon Robinson, right? Yes. You are dealing with someone who appears anxious to be a crybaby about every real or imagined slight. But persons with experience in national leadership know that no summit between leaders begin with them meeting personally. Hear that? No summit between leaders begin with them meeting personally. It begins at a lower level where parameters of the leaders' meeting are set. Instead of seeming anxious to create every possible obstacle in order to try to gain political points 5 years before the next election, Mark could easily have responded naming the team he'd be sending to meet with the minister. What's the point of blocking a national non-partisan program because your nose is out of joint regarding the wording of a letter? Why cut off the nose to spite yours and the Jamaican face? Ask Gordon Robinson. So the message to the PNP this morning is time come. Time come, comrades, to get the show on the road. Time come to choose Jamaica. Comrades, time come. Comrades, time come.
This is all very exciting. Boy, I tell you something. This is all very exciting.
Time come to choose Jamaica now. Eh? Put the election aside and cooperate.
Oh gosh, I can't believe. Hello. Hola, hello. 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 Hola, hello. Hello.
Top of the morning to you. It's 7 minutes to 10 o'clock. I think the Prime Minister of Jamaica responded with clarity and with authority. So whilst the debate continues as to the parameters, the necessity of the meeting, the Prime Minister was clear in his letter to Mr. Golding. The Prime Minister's letter was a power move. If you had any doubt that Holness was a class act, go and read his letter to Mr. Golding. The Prime Minister distinguished himself as a class leader that is on top of his game. You know, the Patriots, yeah, the young professional of the People's National Party came out with a nonsensical press release last week, suggesting that the Jamaica Labour Party's leadership bench was intellectually anemic. One would have expected that the young patriots, the young professionals of the PNP, would have thought a little bit more about what they were putting out. Because they sound like some old dinosaurs.
Hola, hello. Hello. Hello.
You know, young professionals of the PNP were trying to seek some relevance. Sounded like a wounded child, eh? Pure nonsense. Projection. They call the young patriots were oh, I'm out of time. Look at that. Let's see if we can do this.
Hola, hello. Hello. Hello.
The Prime Minister distinguished himself in his response to the leader of the opposition. The Prime Minister asserted his authority and control over the dialogue. Holness sets the agenda. He's the Prime Minister of Jamaica. Congratulations. If you read the letter of the Prime Minister to the opposition leader, I recommend it to the young patriots. I recommend the Prime Minister's letter to the young professionals of the People's National Party. Go and read the Prime Minister's letter and you will know where intellectual anemia is. The intellectual anemia is within the young professional arm of the people.
Hola, hello. 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 Leave me high. Boy, I tell you something. This is all very exciting.
The young professionals of the PNP, they are intellectually anemic.
Oh gosh. I can't believe me high. Boy,
Because the tone and language used imply a level of distrust and skepticism towards the opposition leader's intentions. Clearly, the Prime Minister is not too fond of meeting with Golding, and so he suggested Vale Royal. Let the talks begin at Vale Royal.
this is all very exciting.
The Prime Minister clearly established a divide between his administration and the opposition.
Hi.
As a matter of fact, the Prime Minister said, I have a mandate.
All very exciting.
Prime Minister's letter was an exercise of power where he sets the terms of the interaction.
Believe me.
Prime Minister said, no, you Golding, don't set the terms of this interaction.
Exciting.
That's what you call symbolic power, eh?
Oh gosh. I can't believe me high. Boy, I tell you something.
Catch you at 9 o'clock. Congratulations to the PM. The PM brought this matter to a close and sets the agenda. Now let's see what the PNP will respond, how they'll respond this week.
I can't believe.
Today, bye-bye.
Boy, I tell you something. This is all very exciting.
Bumping out at 10 o'clock. Bumping out at 10 o'clock, huh? Bah, my goodness. 1 hour went by so quickly. Coming through, 10 o'clock. That's it for us today. 1 p.m. hold them, yes? Hold them, Andrew, hold them. Want to talk to somebody from the young professionals of the PNP. Catch you at 9 o'clock tonight, eh? What a show today, 1 hour. Oh. Goodness, we go with you. We're going now. See you at 9 o'clock. Take care of yourself. Thanks for staying with us. Continue to take care of yourselves. Love you.